Shalom and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at an IWI Rock and Lock Galil ACE magazine. So these were manufactured specifically for the Galil ACE pistols that they brought in. I'm sure you saw them, all the cool kids got one, but they are a little bit different than the surplus Galil magazines, and because of that there is some compatibility with things that will take surplus Galil mags versus these. So let's take a close look at these, as well as take a look at whether these work in the Yugo 5.56 AKs. So first of all, the M85 we have here. It's my 5.56 Yugo pistol. Testing it out. It will not fit. And the reason it won't fit is it's too fat in the front. The exact same story is true with my M90 here, which is coming along very nicely, I must say. But same exact thing. It will not fit because the mag well in the front is too narrow, and this has reinforcing around the front locking lug. All right, so let's take a look at this brand new manufactured IWI Galil ACE Rock and Lock magazine. So in profile, this is exactly the same size as the original surplus Galil mags. However, there are two major differences that separate the old school mags from the new school mags. The first thing is this follower. So it has this tab on the back that is supposed to engage a last round bolt hold open feature on the Rock and Lock ACE pistols. I really hope that they bring in some more of those into the country, that those aren't the only ones we'll see. But regardless, that is a key feature of that particular firearm. And the other thing that is different specifically with these is the very front of the magazine has a significant amount of reinforcing around the front locking lug. So if you notice, the old school locking lug is just sort of tack welded on there. This one has a significant amount more. And as you see here, measurement wise, it's about 1/10 of an inch more in width, and because of that difference, that is what prevents this magazine from locking into other AKs like this Yugo M85 here that can take old school Galil mags. So the mag well is just not wide enough to take the new mag, but the old school mags rocking fine. So that's why I question compatibility with other things that in the past Galil mags have been a cheap and readily available solution, either to modify or hopefully that will work out of the box. But these new mags, while they're appealing because they're brand new manufacturer, they're in perfect condition, this is like $20. Like it's basically as much as Galil surplus mags, or maybe a few dollars more. You can get a brand new manufactured magazine straight from IWI, but it won't actually fit, and that's really super disappointing. I mean, you could absolutely grind these down and then perhaps it would fit and work perfectly, but at that point, at that point it becomes not really worth it to me. That's the difference between these two in a nutshell. So back up top. So as you saw, these do not work. They're much too wide in the front because of that reinforcing on the front of the magazine. And as compared to the original ones, they're neat, and of course the last round bolt hold open feature is cool. I hope that IWI brings in a lot more of those type of Galil ACEs. I would love to see an actual rifle length version. Originally, I thought that perhaps this would be the holy grail of new manufactured Galil mags that would work in like other AKs because it's not worn out and been to hell and back and all that jazz. But no, without severely modifying this to the point that I'm not going to do, this won't even fit in either of my Yugo AKs, or for that matter, I do not see how this would possibly fit in any of the other 5.56 AKs that are out there. In the comments below, tell me if you have these magazines and if they work with original Galils, not the new Rock and Lock Galil ACE, but like either original, like proper IWI manufactured Galils, or any of the builds that are out there, any of the new manufactured receivers, the kit builds. I would be super curious if these fit, because I don't have one of those to test it out, but I'm very curious. So real quick, since you're here and we're talking about Galil mags, actual surplus Galil mags. I have tried to modify one to get it to work reliably in my Yugo AKs, and I have yet to get it to actually work reliably. And it just seems to be a characteristic of these magazines that, when you're not using them in a Galil, I guess, that they are somewhat unreliable and inconsistent. I know some people have had great luck either with modifications, or I know Clayco was able to rock and roll without any modifications in his M90, which is great. That's awesome. But it's inconsistent and it's maddening. And I know that's kind of the nature of AKs, but it's still a little bit maddening. So I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to do some more testing and actually try to come up with something more definitive than, it works sometimes, it doesn't work some other times. But like, as of now, that's all I've got. Like, kind of, but not really. Hopefully some of this is useful. Now we know as far as these. So if you're one of the lucky ones that, you know, your M85 or M90 or whatever eats and runs on OG Galil mags, great, awesome. Stick with OG Galil mags, because it's very likely that your magwell won't even take these brand new manufactured Rock and Lock mags, not without substantial modification. While they look very similar, there is definitely a difference, and I'm very curious what exactly these magazines will fit in. I really hope it's not just the brand new Galil ACE, but I don't know, and I wish I knew. So please tell me below. Until then, you can follow me on Instagram. I post pretty much every day, and you get more of a real-time feed of what I'm working on and what I'm doing. You will have seen this particular build a few times on there. So if you want to keep up with me on a bit more real-time basis, you can see me over there, and I will see you guys again next time.